Hi guys, it's Annie. I'm currently in my 3rd trimester. Excuse my face, I've just been crying. You'll find out why a bit later. But this is a video of how I've been going through the 1st and the 2nd trimester and then towards the beginning of my 3rd trimester. I know there's going to be a fairly long video. I'll just make sure I timestamp it so you can skip to any parts that you think is relevant to you. But I thought it was important to make this video because when I was going through the 1st trimester, it was really stressful. And I didn't think that I had any of the regular pregnancy symptoms that a lot of women would have. So things like morning sickness, breast tenderness, all of that. I just didn't have that at all in the 1st trimester. And it made me feel like maybe I wasn't pregnant, and I've been doubting myself all through the 1st trimester. And yeah, there were a lot of things that happened in the 2nd trimester as well, I guess. So I just thought that I would put it all into a video, and hopefully it gives you some perspective of how different pregnancy journeys can be. So yeah, here are all the pregnancy symptoms that I felt through the 1st and 2nd trimester. I'm so happy because obviously yesterday I found out with Will that we are pregnant. For the past 24 hours we've just been reeling from excitement. It's crazy because during the IVF cycle, or even when we started trying to conceive, that 2-week waiting period just felt like it was the longest period ever, and you were just counting down the seconds of every single day. Now that that hurdle is over, the next thing I need to think about is the 1st trimester, which is like the first 11 to 12 weeks of pregnancy. Am I going to make it through that trimester? Is this baby going to be okay? And now I'm holding my breath until we have that first ultrasound, or when we hear that first heartbeat. So I'm just praying that everything goes well. So this week I am 5 weeks pregnant, and this morning when I went to the bathroom and I wiped, there was some blood. I just called the nursing team and they're giving me a referral to do a blood test today, and hopefully I get same day results. If my hormone levels are rising, it means I'm still pregnant, but if not, then it could be a bigger issue. And then I fell into a wormhole of looking at forums and discussion boards, and there's just so much conflicting information. Some people say that they bled a lot for a while and they still had a happy, healthy baby. And other people said that they got a miscarriage, and I just hope I'm not one of those people. Okay, so now I am 6 weeks. I don't feel like I'm thinking rationally anymore because I'm just so anxious about anything going wrong with the pregnancy. Some of the symptoms that I have been feeling is like on and off kind of cramping. Sometimes I'll stand up too quickly or move around too quickly and I get a little bit of a head spin, so I feel a little bit faint. I've been sleeping at really random hours just because I'm so exhausted. So at 5 p.m. I'm going upstairs to have a nap, and then I won't wake up until 11 p.m. and I think it's morning and my husband's just getting into bed, and then I have to try and force myself to sleep again, but I won't sleep until like 3 a.m. in the morning. So my sleeping is just all over the place right now. Oh, and another thing that's been happening is I've just been having really crazy vivid dreams when I am sleeping, and when I wake up I'm kind of sweating a little bit because I've just had some crazy dream. Anyway, I need to try and calm down. So I'm exactly 7 weeks today, and this past week I've just been a ball of nerves and anxiety because I feel like any symptoms that I had kind of just disappeared. In the past week, I just haven't had any pregnancy symptoms. I don't really feel pregnant. I've been tired, but I guess it's because I've also been keeping myself up at night with my thoughts. So I don't really know if that is a symptom or just me. I'm really glad that we're having a 7-week dating scan because it's going to give me peace of mind. This is our dating scan ultrasound, and that is our little baby. That is a little baby. Heartbeat is 177 beats, did she say? 177? Said anything under
140 something, 140 something. Anything over 90 was good, she said.
Yeah.
Normal.
So heartbeat was 147, I think, then. Something with a 7, I just remember 7. Selective hearing because I'm so excited.
Yeah. And then what's happened last night for you? You've had a bit of fresh bleeding, is it, or?
It seems like it. Like last night I went to the toilet, and then I saw in the toilet bowl that there was like red blood, and that freaked me out because I didn't have anything. I wasn't bleeding.
No cramping or anything like that?
No.
I would never turn you away, and I'm happy to send you for a follow-up scan, but we don't usually follow one from 7 weeks. Like usually from there, there's like, oh, where are you? Who's looking after you there?
Yeah.
You know, you're going through your GP and midwives, or you're going through an obstetrician, or you kind of, a lot of people go, oh yeah, I know where I'm going, and that's kind of discussed at that call.
Yeah.
But if you've got kind of nowhere planned or anything, like, what do you want to go for another scan today? Do you want to see how things go now, or are you just like for reassurance? Do you want to try and go for another scan today, or?
Yeah, that would be really good. I really thought that after having that first ultrasound and seeing the baby's heartbeat that I would feel more reassured and feel better about things, but I really don't. I don't know if there's any point in this pregnancy where I'm going to feel safe and okay about it, and I just really hope baby is okay. So I am 9 weeks pregnant today, and you probably can't tell because I'm wearing a lot of makeup, but the breakouts are still coming. I had acne on my chin the past few weeks, and now I'm starting to get it on my cheeks and kind of like on my scalp. So that's the first thing that I noticed. The other day I was putting moisturizer on my belly, and then I just realized that my belly's starting to get really hairy. I never noticed hair there before. I don't think I had a lot of hair on my belly before. And yeah, that's a difference that I've noticed. I'm now 10 weeks pregnant, and before I put on my foundation, I just want to show you my skin. So the pimples are still kind of there, but they're clearing up, so skin is gradually getting better. I'm gradually getting my energy back as well. I haven't been having too many naps throughout the day. This week I also had a little bit of spotting, and it was a bit more than usual, and it really scared me. I called my obstetrician and he got me in for a scan, and we actually saw baby kick and move around for the first time. So at 10 weeks, he's got little arms, little legs. Well, I say he, could be she. He or she has little arms, little legs, and we saw them kicking in the air, which is really exciting, and luckily baby is all fine. And yeah, my belly is starting to pop out a bit. I'll put a little picture here. I actually wish I took a photo like throughout every week now, because I only took a photo this week just because I noticed that it was popping, and that was really exciting. I'm actually packing today to go to the Northern Territory. It's a 4-hour flight. The obstetrician said it's absolutely okay to fly, but I'm a little bit nervous. Today I am 12 weeks pregnant. I kind of skipped my 11 weeks video because I was away in the Northern Territory. I think before I went on that trip I said I was quite nervous about traveling, but the obstetrician said it was all fine. I mean, the travel time was only 4 hours to Darwin, and then 2.5 hours back from Alice Springs, and the flight was very smooth. Everything was okay. I didn't have any scares. I didn't have any spotting or bleeding during the trip, and I was worried that I would be really tired because I have had a lot of like fatigue and needed quite a few naps, but I think because I'm at the tail end of the first trimester now, all of that has kind of gone away, and I did have quite a bit of energy. So today I'm 13 weeks, and we've got the results back from our first trimester scan, and everything seems okay. And right now I just feel like I can finally breathe a sigh of relief, because this whole time I've just been so anxious that there was something that was going to happen. So I'm 15 weeks now, and then tomorrow I'll be 16 weeks. But I haven't really been up for filming anything this past week because I've been coughing a lot. I've just been coughing non-stop throughout the night and having absolutely no sleep. I haven't had any sleep for like 3 days, just naps in the afternoon to try and catch up on sleep. And it seems like it's my asthma. something's been triggering my asthma. I used to have asthma as a kid, but I haven't had any problems with asthma as an adult. But now I'm prescribed Ventolin and I have to take the puffer with me. So yeah, I think just being pregnant makes you a lot more vulnerable than usual. In terms of my belly, I feel like it has started to change shape. It's rounding out, especially at the bottom. I think it does give you reassurance that baby's there when the belly is growing, so that will make me feel a lot better. So I am now 19 weeks and a few days, and I had my morphology scan yesterday and everything is looking good. The baby's measuring just as it should, and the baby was kicking and moving around a lot. I was actually really worried because of where my placenta is. I haven't really been able to feel any kicks or movement at all, and from looking at discussion boards and hearing what other women are going through when they're at this stage of pregnancy, it sounds like everyone does feel the flutters and the kicks, and I hadn't felt anything, so I was just really worried. But when we went to the scan yesterday, everything's looking perfectly fine. Baby's actually kicking around a lot. I think I just don't recognize what the kicks feel like. It's the 6th of June, 8 o'clock at night, and I felt kicks and I felt little flutters in my belly. It feels kind of weird. It's like your stomach's just churning in one spot just for like 2 seconds, and then it stops, and then it happens again, and then it stopped, and then it felt like a weird fluttery feeling in my belly, and I'm 100% sure that it's baby. So I'm finally starting to feel kicks now. It feels really real. I'm so happy. So I'm 27 weeks this week, which means I'm officially in the 3rd trimester. I feel like the first trimester, it just took like forever to get through it because there was just so much that I was anxious about. But the 2nd trimester really flew by, and I can't believe I'm up to the 3rd already. I'm starting to feel quite heavy and out of breath when I do things like walk up the stairs, which never made me out of breath before. But there are quite a lot of like weird symptoms that I started developing towards the end of the 2nd trimester. I started getting a lot of nosebleeds, so I've been having a lot of congestion throughout the 2nd trimester, and then I think because I constantly feel the need to blow my nose, I just get a nosebleed like once every 2nd day, and it's really annoying. Every time I eat something, I get a stomach ache, and then I need to go to the toilet right away, so I spend like a quarter or sometimes like half my day on the toilet, which is really annoying. Luckily I work from home, so it's not too much of an issue, but it is quite annoying that I spend so much time there. And the other thing, besides like, you know, getting quite big, feeling very heavy, is that I have baby brain. And baby brain I didn't think was a thing. I thought maybe it was just something that you say because you've just got so much on your plate preparing for the baby that you become forgetful. But honestly, I've been doing really nonsensical things, like for example, if I'm cooking something, I might put all the ingredients in the stand mixer and then walk away and come back and realize that I didn't actually turn the stand mixer on and nothing's ready. And I've also had a lot of instances where I walk into a room and totally forget the reason why I went to the room in the first place. And the other thing is getting like pins and needles in my chest, in my boobs. So I might be like sitting on the couch watching TV, and then suddenly I feel like I've got pins and needles here. My belly button has also started to get quite shallow, so I feel like it'll turn into an outie quite soon. I remember I noticed it one day, like I was looking down my belly and I thought, oh, my belly button looks different, like it just doesn't look like it used to. And then as I was feeling it, I realized that it's just gotten really shallow. So yeah, it's gonna pop out like a little lemon. Got a little bit of shea butter coming off of here, so I'm sorry about that, but this is my belly at the start of the 3rd trimester at 27 weeks. So I am quite huge, and the baby is very low. I always feel the baby kicks all around here. Sometimes the kicks feel like they go straight into my bladder and then I have to go to the toilet. But yeah, that is my belly, and I am loving my baby belly. I'm going to cherish this as much as I can because I feel like the 3rd trimester is just going to go by so quick. Love you, baby. So I'm 31 weeks now, and I haven't really done many updates just because the only other updates that I've had is just my belly's getting bigger. I'm feeling a little bit more breathless when I walk around, and the baby kicks are getting a lot stronger. But besides that, I haven't really had any new symptoms or anything at all. But I did want to do a video today because it's been a little bit of a stressful week. We've been seeing our obstetrician like every 3 weeks for appointments, and then usually he'll see us and we'll do a scan and he'll look at the baby and be like, oh good, I'm happy with the baby's growth. And then this week we had our scan with him, and he wasn't really saying much at all during the scan, just making sounds like okay. Up to this stage, our baby has been measuring around the 55th percentile, which is smack bang quite average size good baby. And then suddenly this week we were told that the baby is suddenly measuring behind and has dropped to the 15th percentile. I asked the obstetrician, is it because of my food or my physical activity? Is it anything that I've done? And he said no, it just seems like there's some blood resistance issues from the placenta. So there's issues with the placenta and there's not really much that I can do about it. Now, instead of seeing the obstetrician every 3 weeks, I have to see him weekly so that I can be closely monitored, and I have to monitor the baby kicks and let him know if I've suddenly noticed there's been a drop in movement. And that really stresses me out because I thought that by the time it was the 3rd trimester that you're fairly safe, and I've just been saying it's the home stretch now. I've got all the baby stuff here in the nursery and I had everything to look forward to. Now I'm really scared that something's going to happen to the baby. He did say that if the baby's growth doesn't improve, then the baby will just have to arrive earlier than expected. But I just really hope that things do improve and the baby can just stay in my belly and grow to full term. And I just didn't expect any complications around this time, and now I'm just really scared. And I don't want to show Will how scared I am. It's been telling me to not think about it too much or talk about it too much. So this is a message to my baby. I already love you before I've even held you in my arms. Can't wait for that day.